Hello, it's Cynthia Hilston with CynthiaHilston.com, back to greet you on another Monday. Hope your week is going well. If you're not watching this on Monday, but it's later in the week, I did put this video out on Monday. So speaking of Mondays, I do put out a new video every Monday to discuss the writing journey with you. And if this is your first time joining me, I already have several videos up, so please check them out on my channel. If you are interested in following me along on this journey, please hit the subscribe button below and the bell beside it. You will be notified every time I put a video out every Monday. So without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. I'm going to talk about the importance of having a support community. I have mentioned this before, and I'm probably going to mention it again, but I cannot stress enough to you the importance of having a support community. I have mentioned my writers group. That, in my opinion, besides starting to write in the first place, I would have to say writing related, that would be the second biggest decision I made with regards to my writing, was joining a writers group, an actual group of people who I meet with face to face on a regular basis. And like the second best decision I ever made in regards to my writing was joining that group. So as you can see, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty serious about it. A lot of people are going to look at me and say, Cindy, Cynthia, whatever, writing is a soul endeavor. I do it by myself. I lock myself in my room. I don't want anyone bothering me. Get it. I get it. I get really crabby too when I get interrupted when I'm writing. But it happens, right? I love just being in my own little world a lot of times, me and the computer, or if it's you and your pen because you don't want to type it out, you want to write it out, whatever it might be, and you know, you think that this is something that it's just you, your brain, your ideas, and you know, you don't need anybody else. Well, I'm here to say that's not true. Who are some of the people you're going to need in your support community? You're going to need people just to encourage you. That can be your soulmate, your best friend, a brother or a sister, a parent, another loved one. Somebody, you're going to need encouragers. You're going to need people who are just kind of like your personal cheerleaders who pick you up on those bad days. You're going to need people like that. You're going to need people just to encourage you. That can be your soulmate, your best friend, a brother or a sister, a parent, another loved one. Somebody, you're going to need encouragers. You're going to need people who are just kind of like your personal cheerleaders who pick you up on those bad days. You're going to need people like that. Idea bouncers, people who you can just talk to about your ideas. Don't keep it all in your head. Even if you think, oh, this isn't a very good idea, or I'm having trouble, I'm stuck, I need help. Talk to somebody. Maybe it's your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, whoever. Have somebody, at least one person, who you can bounce ideas off of. Now this is farther along in the writing process, but editors. Some people will hire an editor, and be careful when you are hiring an editor online that it is a reputable person, that they do have credentials, that you're not just hiring somebody to read your baby and they are a fraud. So if you are having someone edit your work who's claiming to be a professional editor, make sure, check their credentials, check their background, okay? But editors can also be let's say they're not officially editors, but people who are reading your work and they are editing for you, okay? Kind of hand in hand with the editors would be critiquers, critique partners. And this is a big part of what my writers group serves this function of critiquers. People who are reading not just to line edit, that means they're not just correcting spelling or punctuation, grammar, stuff like that. They're also, you know, commenting on the content of the story. So they're giving me valuable feedback. Beta readers. Beta readers are people who are reading your book, usually what you call advanced reader copies. This is going to be after you have, you know, it's not your first draft. You've gone through this several times, and this is what's probably your final draft or close to it. If you're getting close to publishing it, your beta readers are going to give you, again, feedback on your story. And so beta readers are also great to have. Reviewers, people who obviously read and review your stuff. So these are all different people who play a role in your support community. Where do you find a support community? For some people, it's online. There are a lot of online groups, especially on Facebook. I know there are forums out there. I'm sure if you just Google, you're going to find all kinds of stuff, but I am going to recommend a specific group that I've been part of for several years now. 10-Minute Novelists. It's a Facebook group for writers. And the idea is these are people who only have 10 minutes a day to write. People like you and me who don't have a lot of time. So that's why I'm really recommending this group, because these are people who do not have 4, 6, 8 hours a day to write. These are people who are writers but have limited time. So the link to that group is below, and I do recommend you join the group and check it out. They have, Monday blogs where you can share blog posts. They have on Tuesday is Buddy Day, which is a great opportunity where if you're looking for a critique partner, you're looking for somebody to bounce ideas off of, where you can on Tuesday, find a buddy in, on Tuesdays on that group. Wednesday is Author Happiness, where you share something that made you happy that week. It could be big or small. You could publish a book, or it could just be that you had chocolate that morning while you were writing, But I have made online friends through this group, and I have met people who have served as editors and critiquers and beta readers and reviewers. I have returned the favor. I've read their stuff, they've read mine. It's been an even, fair exchange. So also in the writing world, it's creating friendships, it's networking. It's not just about what can you do for me. It's not just, oh, I need someone to help me do this, I need somebody to help me do that. Help out other people too. It's a give and a take. It's like any relationship. And hopefully it can become a friendship. You guys have something in common, you're writers. And so you're of a like mind. And so chances are you can become friends with a lot of these people, which is a wonderful thing. At least I think so. There are local library groups, which is what my writers group is. So it's 5 minutes away from my house. And every other Saturday in the afternoon, we meet. And the way it works is everybody can submit up to 10 pages. We email it to the librarian who facilitates the group, and then he collects all of our submissions, and then the Monday before we meet, he then emails them out. And so we read each other's stuff, and then we bring it with us to the group, and we critique it, and we go around the circle, around the table, and take times critiquing each other's work. I've been doing this for 2 years now. I have gone through 2 whole manuscripts of mine with them. And I can sit here and say that without this group of amazing people, I would not have been able to publish these books in the forms they're in. I would not be where I am today. With my first book, I recruited some friends to be my readers, my editors, my critiquers. But having actual people who are also writers do it, they all find different things, and I have been able to improve. I have been able to, really be more aware of my own shortcomings. Like I have a tendency to be too wordy, and I'll be writing something now and be like, okay, take that out. That doesn't need to be in there. I mentioned in another video that I have had anachronisms in my stuff, where I have written something that was out of context for the time. And there's a guy in the group who points that stuff out, not all the time, but a fair number of times to me. And again, it's been very helpful. So I can't stress enough that you check out your local library. If there's not such a group in your library, then maybe you suggest that they form one. Maybe you can help get it organized. I was shocked in my own city, which isn't a huge city, it's a suburb, how many people are writers. I was shocked. I would never have guessed there were this many writers this close by. So I have made friends with these people too, and a lot of them are very dear, close friends of mine. And I just really stress this so much. You also can look at people who read a lot. If you have friends who read a lot, then those are people who you might want to seek out as people to read and give you feedback. Now, some people are going to shy away from wanting to be part of a group like this, especially face-to-face, because they're afraid of sharing their work. I have heard other writers and authors express this concern. Well, what if they say it's garbage? What if someone's rude? Okay, there's a difference between constructive feedback, constructive criticism, and destructive criticism. If somebody is just being rude for rude's sake, then, you can leave that group anytime and find a different group. But if somebody gives you feedback on, hey, here's something I think you can work on in the story to improve, then even when it might be hard to hear it, sit on it for a little bit. And a lot of times, like in my case, I'll be like, you know what? They're right. It might be hard to hear that piece of advice, that criticism, but they're not criticizing you. They're trying to help you, okay? Don't let fear hold you back from finding a group. You need that support system, because while writing is in a lot of ways a soul endeavor, it is not completely, okay? So I really, really encourage a support group. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me on my journey. And again, this is Cynthia Hilston at cynthiahilston.com. All my social media links are below. Please follow me on social media. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please post them. I do reply. And I will see you guys next time. Bye! A little bit of self-promotion, shameless plug, whatever you want to call it. I just want to share with you that I have 3 books out on Amazon. I'm going to hold up the paperbacks so you can see what they look like. First book, Hannah's Rainbow. This is my first book that is loosely based on my late grandma's life. Second book, Lorna versus Laura. This is a suspense romance. And third book, Laughing Matter of Pain, which is a spin-off of Hannah's Rainbow about her brother, Harry. Those are available in paperback as well as Kindle on Amazon.com. And if you are interested in knowing more about the process of writing a book for a busy mama like yourself, don't forget to check out my helpful guide called 30 Minutes a Day, Busy Mamas, is all it takes to write that book.